Welcome back. We are just 2 days away from the 10th anniversary of the September 11th attacks, and just about everyone has a story about where they were when that first plane hit the World Trade Center. Stephen Clark is live in New York City ahead of this weekend's events. And Stephen, I got to ask you, where were you when that first plane hit?
Well, I just moved from New York. I lived here until about 4 months before 9/11 here in New York, and I just moved and I was in Denver. I was sitting at a TV station where I was freelancing in the morning when this happened. I spent the next about 36 hours following the mayor of Denver around as he tried to figure out if his city was going to come under attack. My bosses from CBS Network called me up and said, get here to New York. So 48 hours after the 9/11 attacks, I was landing over across the river in Newark, and it was the eeriest thing flying in over this city with that smoke still rising and those twin towers that had been so prominent gone. Then I spent the next week or so here at Ground Zero reporting on those events. So where were you, Carolyn?
Just remember standing in front of my television, getting ready for work as I always would, watching the tail end of Good Morning America. And I was watching Charlie Gibson when that first plane hit. And then they were talking about maybe it was an accident or something. It was a lot of confusion, but I was paralyzed when I heard Charlie Gibson say the words, "I think we're under attack." And then they launched into breaking news. And I was really paralyzed, didn't know whether to come into work or stay at home with my family. But I ended up coming into work, as we all did, and covering 9/11. And I'll never forget that moment, that day, or how we all felt in the newsroom.
Yeah, that's how I think a lot of people, they didn't know what to do. They didn't know to go left, right, or what, but that's how it was. We asked that same question, by the way, where were you, to our Facebook friends, and we got quite a few interesting answers. I want to share a couple of the responses for you. Leanne Walker says she and her husband actually got married on 9/11. Yes, got married. Leanne writes, we watched the tragedy live on television, thought we had better cancel, but decided we didn't want the terrorists to take that from us. We're happy to report 10 years later, they're still married. We'd like to know where you were. It's still time. Please log on to our website, to WXYZ.com, to our Facebook page, or tweet us. Let us know where you were. Tell us your story.